What do you do when you are confronted by your enemies? Today, our enemies are not just physical enemies. They might not harm us physically. Sometimes they do, of course. But today, people use a lot of psychological, emotional abuse of people. All of us, including myself as a bishop, we receive all kinds of nasty hate mails through the letterbox and mostly through emails. And so when we received such letters, our tendency is to retaliate, to respond as aggressively as we have been attacked. Because it is a natural tendency to defend our integrity, to defend our character and our reputation. When we feel that others are harming us and threatening our security and peace, we tend to respond in the same way. When you are a leader, you are not just only responsible for your own life. And this is where some of you don't understand the challenges of leadership. A leader does not only account for himself or to himself. A decision of a leader affects thousands of people, thousands of lives. As a leader, if we make our mistake, if we are the one to suffer, I think it's easier for us to take it. But when a leader sees that because he made a bad decision and others are suffering, the burden on the shoulder, the conscience of the leader would be greatly affected. And so making decisions is never easy for a leader unless the leader is selfish, self-centered, only cares for himself. When we are angry, when we are emotional, our emotions are rising, that is the worst time to make any decision. If you are going through desolation, you're feeling down, you're worried, you are anxious, most of the time they come from the evil spirit, if not from the human spirit. So that is why when we are angry, we should never respond, because it does not come from a mind and a heart that is clear. We need to stay calm. That's why the best way is to present your problem to the Lord. Cry out to the Lord. Let go of all your emotions, all your fears. Tell them to the Lord, and you don't hurt anybody. But what we do is we shout back, we scold people, we condemn them, we scream at them, and everybody gets hurt. Nobody listens. Nobody is converted. Nobody is changed. In fact, greater hostility. So self-awareness is the most important thing when we are confronting a problem. And discernment begins with self-awareness. Do to others what you like others to do unto you. In other words, are you conscious of your own needs? Conscious of your pain? If you want to have joy, you know what is joy, you know what is sorrow, you know what is pain, you know what is respect, you know what is loved. If you want these things, then do to others. You don't want to be cheated, you don't want to be hurt, you don't want to be betrayed, you don't want to be gossiped, then don't do to others. So it is always the lack of consciousness. If we are conscious of our needs, if we are conscious of our own pain, we won't inflict the same pain to others. If we are conscious of our needs, then others have the same needs. We are all human beings, my dear brothers and sisters. Regardless of which nation you are in, what race you are, how professional you are, whether you're rich, whether you're poor, we have the same aspirations. We have the same needs. Love, respect, kindness, forgiveness. So just give. This is self-awareness. My dear brothers and sisters, how do you do this? If some of you lack self-awareness, let me tell you what you should do. Go and help the poor. Go and counsel people. Reach out to those who are suffering. And your life will change. Because many of you are only thinking of your own sufferings. If you are aware of the sufferings of others, you will never judge anymore. Because I heard so many stories, sad stories. That's why today I refuse to judge. Because everybody has a story to all his challenges in life.